Tyler Perry, he's very versatile, and he plays a lot of different characters. Of course, Samuel Jackson is one of my favorites, and Forrest Whitaker, and like Crystal Fox and Gabriel Union, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Don Knotts, Martin Lawrence, Jerry Lewis. It's one of my favorites. That I can remember him. He was very versatile in his craft. As a child, I remember him, and I really like his style, the way he comes across. So those are some of my favorite actors as I was coming along.
How about some of your favorite TV shows growing up?
I didn't hear you. What did you say now? I didn't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. What were some of your favorite TV shows growing up?
Some of my favorite TV shows were, I like Bill Cosby. He came out with the Cosby Kids. That was one of my favorite cartoons.
I remember that, yes.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And I really enjoyed a lot of the comics and
Okay, are you still with us, Greg?
Yeah. I'm
okay, you're just trying to think. Okay, no problem.
Well, yeah, some of my favorite shows growing up, I really liked Batman and Robin. Now, of course, that's when I was a child. They had a little T-shirt, that came out then, and I really enjoyed, playing that character. Of course, you can get your little sheet or a little towel or something, tie around you, and you go at it from there. And I like, a lot of the cartoons. Fred Flintstones is one of my favorites.
Oh, yes.
yeah. So that was some of my favorites as a child. I was coming up, Batman and Robin. So that was one of my favorites as well.
It sounds amazing as well, too. And if you were to pick one or two genres that you would be acting in, what would they be?
I didn't hear you say it again now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure we have a good connection here. If you were to choose one or two genres, being in acting, what would they be?
I like the style of Tyler Perry. I like his style as well as Eddie Murphy. I like the versatile style of where they come from, being different characters, where they play the female role part of some of the actors. So I'm looking forward to try to touch on that a little bit as well, as try to show the feminine side of it and being a little versatile as well in that part of the business.
That sounds interesting, too. And, of course, you also appear in a few ads as well, too. And looks like you're drinking a little whiskey, and so you can just tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, well, that was the first commercial that I did a couple of months ago. It was Nordic King, and I was blessed to be one of the kings, and that is a cognac that will be hitting the shelves pretty soon. So you all just look out for it. It's going to be the Nordic King Cognac, and it's a very smooth and luxurious taste, and go ahead and try a sip and support it.
Yeah, that sounds great. And do you currently have some at your house right now?
Well, actually, I don't, but I'm looking forward to it. It's not hadn't quite moved toward the south part of Georgia yet, but I think it's up near the northern part of Atlanta. But at this point, I don't. But I did have some while I was on set, and I really enjoyed it. It's a smooth drink.
Oh, that's amazing. You're making me thirsty. I want some, so send some my way while you're at it.
Hey, I would love to. It's very nice. You got to try it, Mike.
Oh, definitely, yes. And, of course, going with it as poker as well, too. I think that's a great combination, to be honest with you. Have some with Queen Latifah and Monique.
Oh, yeah. We did have a couple of drinks up there. Of course, they had to fix it up where it was, water and made it look like some type of drink, but I wish we could have had some of that. It probably would have brought a little bit more out as far as my character anyway, because it kind of puts the spirits in you.
Yes, it does, and it's amazing as well too. So we'll get back to more on that in just a minute. You listen to Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable, custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Evan Fine of the Senior Reserve Group. When you start thinking about retirement, who are you going to call about Medicare? Why call the best? Evan Fine of Senior Reserve Group, specializing in Medicare, health, and long-term care insurance. Evan can be reached at 1-800-650-9357. That's 1-800-650-9357. Or email to evanfine@seniorreservegroup.com. Evan is licensed in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Delaware, South Carolina, and Florida. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can also check our Facebook page, Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can also download and listen on SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, and also watch the interview on YouTube as well. We're here with Atlanta-based actor and one-time resident of Chattanooga, Tennessee, Gregory Kelsey, who appeared on HBO, New Line Cinema, worked with Queen Latifah, Monique, Gabrielle Union, and more, plus worked with the likes of Usher, Crystal Fox, and Forrest Whitaker, and also featured in a few features with Samuel Jackson, a Chattanooga resident, Anthony Mackie, and also Catherine Zeta-Jones. And he also played in MacGyver Dynasty, featured in Black Lightning. And, of course, I don't think we touched up on MacGyver and Dynasty and Black Lightning, and you can just tell about those films.
Well, Black Lightning, I was in that movie as well. It was experience as well. Every day, like I said, it's like Christmas. It's just something about when the lights come on. I was carrying a shotgun, and what it was, I was looking out for the family with the young lady that had the baby. So you will see me appearing in that one. I was featured. They got a pretty good shot of me. I was carrying a shotgun, and I was a lookout guy.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, you're also in MacGyver and Dynasty as well, too. You can just quickly touch up on that.
Okay. I was in MacGyver. Yes, I was one of the background players in there. And, like I said, it's a pretty tough skin in that business, in the business of acting. And I wasn't shown that much in that. But in Dynasty, you would see me. I played a lot in the gala scenes, a lot of party scenes. You would see me a lot of that in that as well.
That is amazing too, and of course, with the new versions of you being in MacGyver and Dynasty, I don't know if you remember watching the older versions of MacGyver and Dynasty. What are some of the differences between the MacGyvers and Dynasties of then to now?
Well, both of them has the glamour life. Of course, we have the luxurious lifestyle for the homes and the cars, but the newer version, it has a little bit more humor to it. Mm-hmm. It has a little bit more humor to it than the other. So it's not as cutthroat as the one from the beginning.
But
I think it's the difference.
But there's still some catfights in it, though, I'm sure. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. Right.
And of course, I'm sure Joan Collins had to teach them how to do it too. So you got that. So, right. and of course, your daughter, you got her enrolled into acting, and she kind of influenced you in a way. And what is the latest on your daughter involving with some of her ventures as well too, and her appearances?
Well, she didn't really jump off into it. She got off into more of less taking pictures. She's a beautiful young lady, and she kind of shied away from it, and she took the avenue of more or less like taking pictures rather than getting in front of the camera and acting. So she more or less does a lot of picture taking, and she's looking forward to doing a little modeling.
Oh, okay. So she's becoming more of a photographer, you say, or I just want to clarify that.
Well, she's more or less want to be the model side of it. Now, I do have a son that is in television, and he has one movie that has come out, and we're waiting on it to air. He recently finished up on it. It's called my mind just went blank. The name of his movie was 30 Southside House Arrest, and my son is named Christopher Kelsey. He's a graduate of Clark, Atlanta, and he's worked on quite a bit of films, and he's behind the scene most of the time, but he does do producing as well.
Oh, okay. So he acts on camera as well as do some behind the scenes off the camera.
Well, yeah, he don't do any acting, but I'm sure that he can. But he's more the producer type. He's more behind the scenes.
Okay. Well, that sounds just clarifying, just to make sure. Sounds like you got a pretty good family tree going. And what are some of the upcoming projects that you all have coming up, like with you, your daughter, and your son?
Well, we haven't really got together, considering the fact that he's busy doing his thing, and I'm looking to developing some characters on the, like I said, some more of the feminine characters, such as, some of the characters would be my grandmother and my mother. These are people that all has passed, and, maybe sometimes you may see me in a dress, but I'm looking forward to putting a little feminine side of it and trying to broaden my skills for his acting.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like an interesting thing to partake in. What do you consider most challenging of all the films and movies you've been in so far?
I'll say I think what's going to be challenging is bringing the female characters into play at this point. But I think that with a lot of work with the right people that I'm looking forward to meeting will probably help bring those up to where I'll be ready for it. But as of right now, I think that will be the more challenging part of it, as it'll be a new avenue for me. I'm looking forward to that.
That sounds great, too. And what do you consider most memorable moment when it comes to being in the movies as well, too? It can be humorous, it can be, heartwarming, or, just something that stands out.
Well, what really stood out to me was making the movie Burden. Actually, it was a true story, and it starred Usher Raymond and Forrest Whitaker and Crystal Fox, and it kind of stood out to me because, like I said, it was a true story. It was about a Ku Klux Klan, and it was about a pastor that went through some challenged Ku Klux Klan. They was trying to open up a store in his community, and his name was Reverend Kennedy, and that was, like I said, a true story. And the most memorable part of it was being on set with Usher Raymond, considering the fact that we grew up in the same neighborhood. He grew up playing with my nephews, and I'm watching him play in the neighborhood, and I went to school with his uncles, and we all kind of grew up in the same neighborhood. His grandmother lived right down the street from my parents, and it was that was really an experience working with him, considering the fact that we grew up in the same neighborhood. So that was one I'll never forget. It really felt good working with that young man. He's very talented as well.
That is amazing, too. With all of you almost being in Chattanooga, how familiar is he with Samuel L. Jackson living in the same neighborhood like you guys are?
Well, I don't know much about their relationship, but like it's always a joy seeing somebody that's in your community doing something that you're doing, and it's just amazing to know that some of the same people that you saw every day is in the big screen. And I'm like I said, I'm looking to fill some of these guys' shoes in some of the upcoming movies that I'm going to be in and to further my career in entertainment as well.
That